Okay. Good morning. A little early. I'm in my new shirt. I am not feeling great today, so bear with me, okay? Okay? I was about to go make a coffee to see if I could have some coffee. I do not feel good, but it is a big news day for us. So sorry, guys. I actually was like asleep. And then I suddenly woke up and I was like, oh shit, it's time to go live. Oh man, I woke up in the middle of, like, I did not sleep well. And then in the middle of the night I woke up, I didn't feel good. So I decided to stream from home. And I apologize in advance. About my setup. There we go. Sorry. I literally just woke up. Hey, Nene. I mean, literally I finally fell asleep. I just felt like crap this morning when I woke up. I've not been feeling good. I haven't even drank coffee. Like, I have just been sick. But I'm here for you. Okay, so Nene, thank you for being here with me, even though I don't feel well. In case you were wondering, Trump is not hot. Oh, Nene, this is my year-round tree. I don't know if you can tell, but these are, those are like little pumpkins, okay? And my daughter's birthday is coming up, so I got her birthday gifts under the tree. It's a holiday tree, okay? It's my holiday tree. It sits in my home office. I think we actually, I'm not going to lie, if I recall, that particular tree was found out of a trash can by one of my staff members, and we used it in our office for many years. And then when we moved offices, I didn't have room for it anymore. So I took it home and I made it my year-round tree. So it has little Halloween, and that's actually Halloween, whatever the tinsel, Halloween tinsel. Oh, girl, I don't have a husband, so I don't have to worry about that. I pay the mortgage. I do whatever I want. It's only September. I put this shit out in August because I like Halloween. And I pay my own bills, so nobody tells me what to do. Okay, it looks like the mailman is about to walk up at my door. So if you hear the dog bark, I'm really sorry. This was a crazy week. I'm sorry I'm not feeling well because this week was wild. We started the week with the Cardi B. Excuse me, sorry guys. We started with the Cardi B verdict. Then we had Cortland Henry, who goes by Bortland, YNW Bortland. We had his plea read into the record, which was crazy. And then we had Donald Adelson's verdict. And the way she responded to that verdict was just nuts to me. So yeah, we've had a really busy week, guys. Just this morning, they were in same court as Melly has, same judge, and they were in his court about Bortland. But I want to do Adelson first. I want to do Donna Adelson first, okay, guys? All right, so here's some information that I'm going to share with you. One way I will not be spending my retirement is murdering or paying to murder my child's ex-husband, or really any kind of thing that is going to catch me a case and make it so I have to spend my entire life savings, my entire retirement savings on defending myself from a crime. This woman, oh, that's not my hair. Oh, I thought I had like a little piece of hair. No, that's like this woman. She's crazy. So the other thing that would happen is if I was found guilty, I would cry. And when I cry, I have like these things, they're wet, they're liquid, they're called tears. They come out of your eye. And often they'll roll down your cheeks, they'll fly down your cheeks, and sometimes this stuff comes out your nose called snot. Especially if I'm hysterical. Okay, it's gonna be a whole face thing going on. It's not going to be attractive, but you're going to see it and you're going to know it's genuine. All right. So let's watch Donna together now. Again, I'm at home, guys, because I did not feel good this morning. I feel a little better right now because I just woke up from some sleep. But I'm a little groggy, so I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So good morning, another CG. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here for me, guys, even though I don't feel good. All right, so I'm sharing on my home, and it's a little different than the studio, so bear with me, okay? And there's this thing that I have to do. I have to do entire screen so that I can share the audio. Okay, here we go. All right, here comes the Donald Adelson verdict. This, as you may recall, is Harvey, the real winner in this whole situation right here, Harvey Adelson. Here we go. I hope y'all can hear. Here.
If the jury foreperson could please rise. Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
Yeah. Okay, before they say it, I really feel like she was trying to go for like the old grandma look, like the sweet, innocent grandma look, but like she epically failed. There's nothing sweet or innocent about this woman at all. Nothing sweet or innocent.
If you please can hand the verdict form to the bailiff. Having reviewed the verdict form, it is in its proper order. At this time, I will publish the verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to count one of the indictment, first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder.
Y'all. That response. Hold on, I gotta stop sharing for a second. So I watched that last night. I had recently one of my sisters and I reunited, so I was talking to her on the phone about this case, and on the phone I was like, oh shit, they reached a verdict. So I sat down to watch it a little while later. That response, oh, I swear it, to me, it is like, it's proof positive that like we live on this planet and she lives on this one, because everyone over on this planet knew this verdict was coming. There's no shock to it, right? Like her response, oh, like, where's the surprise? I don't know. Anyhow, she ruined her whole life. She ruined her own fucking life. She's an idiot. All right, here we go. We got much that again. Sorry, guys. Now she throws an absolute temper tantrum. Would I throw a temper tantrum? Yes. Am I above this type of behavior? No. Okay. But like, she's 70 something and she knew it was coming. Do you see? Do you see? Can you see my mouse? Do you see the wincing here? the attempt to have tears and yet the dryness of the face. My daughter used to do this when she was like a toddler. She'd be like, ah, and then you'd be like, yo, don't cry. She would like start up a fake. This is crazy. Look at this woman. Let's keep watching. Notice how she's even like shaking, right? She's got the I'm crying shake. But again, where's the moisture? Nene, I would have been real crying too. Like if this is me, I might have done the shot. Oh, well, not really, because I am on this plane and I would know what my fate was about to be. But let's say for some reason I was shocked, then okay. It did. What's going to happen is liquid is going to start coming out of my face. But there's nothing here, y'all. Look at this. I was watching this on my 65-inch TV. There is nothing. CJ says she is not dehydrated. She is evil. I know it can be confusing, the difference between evil and dehydrated. I know sometimes they kind of overlap, but no, this is just evil. This is just pure evil. This is true, like narcissism or whatever the next one up is. So sociopath, maybe. Is that the one before psychopath? Yeah, yeah. Maybe she's a sociopath. I don't know. Yes, Nene. Look at her. She's physically shaking herself to get the tears to work their way up from wherever they come from. She cannot do it. She is unable to cry. Now that when you we all she's doing a foot stop, y'all. Do I foot stop? Sure, I foot stop. When I get really frustrated, I will stomp my foot. She's foot stomping in court. She's so poorly behaved, the judge has to take the jury out. Okay, look at her, listen to her. When she brings her head back up, look for those tears. She brings that head back up, look for that wetness. Wait. Not a single tear. Not a single tear. Not a single tear. No tears. Look at her shape. I just love this judge's demeanor. I absolutely love it. Okay, because let me tell you something. If this is me as the judge, I would be like, Miss Adelson, quit faking. Quit faking. You're not even crying. You're just like shaking. I don't even think I could have like a panic attack, like where I'm scared without like crying. Like without like my daughter and I made a joke yesterday. We both started like tearing up from it. This woman is pure evil. So anyhow, she's guilty of sin. They wanted to do sentencing, but she's too hysterical. So instead, and while this guy does this, I'm gonna run and start the coffee maker. Dan Markel's dad got up and spoke, and I love what he said. I love it. He is, this is very powerful. Now, did it have an impact on Donna? No, Donna doesn't have a soul, but it had an impact on us. So we're going to watch it, and I'm going to go hit the coffee machine.
If you please could tell us your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Phil Markel. I'm Danny's father. Judge Everett, I appreciate the opportunity to speak about the impact of Donna Adelson's actions on my families and the families of so many others. While this victim impact statement is addressed to you, Your Honor, it is also intended for the Adelson family, Harvey, Charlie, Wendy, and particularly Donna. I would like them to understand and reflect on the deep and irreparable damage they have caused. The pain that they have caused my family is obvious and permanent, but they have also caused lifelong harm to their own immediate family and so many other families and children around. Donna's...
Okay, while the coffee brews. This is what I've been saying, guys, like to my friends and who I talk to about this case. Like, it does not make sense. Because when Donna and Charlie and Wendy, probably, decided to do this, they took a father from the children. They risked each of them being taken from the children. They took a son from these parents. They took an uncle. They took a brother. They took all of those things. Then I was thinking even further than that. Sigfredo Garcia and what's her name? Kelly or Michelle? The girl that Charlie was effing, that is Sigfredo's baby mama. Now their kids have no parents because she and Sigfredo are in jail forever. Like, literally, this woman has left in her wake just a row of bastard children, of people who are going to have huge traumatic issues. She has just left in her wake like a tornado storm of people who are going to need massive amount of therapy in their future. She's like a therapist's dream. All right, let's get back to him.
Selfishness, cruelty, and complete disrespect for human life, along with that of her co-conspirators, have left families forever broken. Louis Rivera, his children have no father. Catherine Magbanoa and Sigfredo Garcia, their children have no parents. Charlie Adelson, his son, Roman, has no father. Rob Adelson and his wife and their 2 children have lost their uncle and grandparents. Shelley and Ian, my daughter, their 3 children, my grandchildren, are left without an uncle and are separated from their cousins. Of course, their heinous and callous actions have left me, Ruth, and Shelley without our Danny, and Ben and Lincoln without their father. For anyone to commit such a cold-blooded, unprovoked act of murder is horrific.
You know what this is? You know what this face is? You know what the shaking is? This is anger. This is not remorse. This is not guilt. She's not even listening to the words he's saying. This man, his son was taken from him. His family was destroyed. His retirement was destroyed by this woman. He now has to sit in a courtroom for 10 years because of this lady. And what he says is so beautiful and so powerful. And her shaking and all that, the reason there's no tears is because she's so angry. This has to do with her anger with the jury. It has nothing to do with anything else. She's a psycho. She reminds me of my mother. She reminds me of my own mother very much, actually. All right.
For Donna, someone who claims to care so much about Ben and Lincoln, her sun shines. Her actions are beyond comprehension. She has harmed forever the people she claims to have loved. In the Jewish custom, we have an expression to always wish others to live to 120 years of age. For Donna, I wish her to live to 120, alone in her jail cell. I wish that every day of her remaining days, she thinks about the harm she has caused to so many, especially those two boys she claims to have loved so much. For these reasons, Your Honor, I ask the court sentence Donna Adelson to the maximum possible sentence. And my only short question to Donna, was it worth it?
Ooh.
Respectfully, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Markell. Are there any other matters?
Y'all, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Couldn't have been. Couldn't be. Couldn't be a single human being out there who's like, yeah, that was worth it. Even though she wanted those kids near her, and then they're near her and she's fighting charges. She's in court. She's not even like able to enjoy them. All right. I'm going to move to a little happier verdict. Oh my God. So on Cardi, y'all, I was like trying to watch the closings, okay? And Cardi started sleeping. She started sleeping during the prosecution's closing. Not gonna lie, so did I. Literally started sleeping. And let's see, how long was the jury gone? I don't know, 10, 15 minutes? How long was that? Okay, here we go. So like the jury was out for like 20 minutes. This is Cardi watching him. She's like, I gotta say, I wasn't like a big Cardi fan. Her voice kind of irritates me, but after this, I love her. I love her now. I love her now. Did you see she took the viral photos of her where she was like, is she reading her album cover? I love her so much. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the verdict. I love her for this, dude. I love her for this. And now I follow her because she's funny as hell. All right. Stand by for the verdict. Thought I had queued it up. My bad. Look, it's 3:57 p.m. PT. They come back with a verdict. They're like, we're going home. We're going home today. Okay, we're going home before traffic starts. We're going to be out here by 4:30 tops.
Case number 20 STCV 07031. Verdict. We, the jury, in the above entitled case, answer the questions submitted to us as follows. Section A, assault and battery. Question 1. Did plaintiff Imani Ellis prove all of the following elements of battery? 1. Defendant Belcalis Marlenes Almanzar, Ms. Almanzar, touched Ms. Ellis in the intent to harm or offend Ms. Ellis. Number 2, Ms. Ellis did not consent to being touched. Number 3, Ms. Ellis was harmed or offended by Ms. Almanzar's conduct. And 4, a reasonable person in Ms. Ellis's situation would have been offended by the touching? Answer, no. Question 2.
No.
Did Ms. Ellis prove all of the
No, she did not. No, she didn't.
following elements of assault? Number 1, Ms. Almanzar's acted with the intent to cause harmful or offensive contact with Ms. Ellis. Number 2, Ms. Ellis reasonably believed that she was about to be touched in a harmful or an offensive manner. Number 3, Ms. Ellis did not consent to Ms. Almanzar's conduct. Number 4, Ms. Ellis was harmed. And number 5, Ms. Almanzar's conduct was a substantial factor in causing Ms. Ellis's harm. Answer, no.
So what happened was Cardi was 3 months pregnant, I think with her first baby. The doctor's office had like closed specifically. They were doing like an off hours. She was going to be the final patient. No one was going to see her come in. No one was going to see her go out. And this fat security guard lady sees her entering the building and yells, "Cardi B," and starts filming her. And Cardi's like, "Get the fuck away from me," which is exactly how I would have been. Get the fuck away from me. The lady follows Cardi to the doctor's office. They're arguing in the hall such that the receptionist comes out and breaks it up. When asked, the receptionist said that she probably was the one that received the most injuries. The doctor comes out, nobody was injured. What you don't do as a security guard, your job is to securely guard people, okay? To help them. You don't get in their face with the camera, harass them, yell their name, and start recording them going into their doctor's office. It's like a HIPAA violation. So that lady asked for whatever Cardi B did, that lady asked for it. Asked for it. Hey, so I got a coffee machine and I make my own coffee now. If you know of any additives to put in there, like good vitamins and shit that don't mess up the taste, holla, let me know. Okay, so as if this week was not exciting enough, yesterday, Cortland Henry was in court for some motions in limine, which, as you recall, are like pretrial motions. And out loud, the judge read to him the charges he's facing and the state's plea deal. And this is crazy, y'all. The time he's facing versus the plea is crazy. We're going to watch it together. It is crazy. This is the thing. If he knows he's guilty, he should take this plea. Period. Full stop. Period. Full stop. Take the plea. All right. I'll show you why when we get into it. Let's watch it together. Here we go.
1871 CF10A and 2310643 CF10A. I continue to have Ms. Collins, Mr. Griffiths present for the state, Mr. Haddad present for Mr. Henry, who continues to be present. State, yes.
As a formality, state move at this point what has been provided to Your Honor previously in reference to State's Exhibit 1. It's the 2 clips that Your Honor already talked about for audio files that the state already discussed, that Your Honor reviewed by stipulation of the parties and I completely interviews on evidence.
If there's any objection.
No.
All right. Without objection, Ms. Wilcox, we'll call this state's A for identification. It's going to be in evidence only for the purposes of this hearing. That's
Yes.
State's Exhibit 1.
I had talked to the state. I had got strategically that they might go kind of do stuff about doing arguments tomorrow.
Can't hear that guy.
I'd rather.
We have no objection to that.
That's fine.
They have to come back today,
For relief from the trial
I
order.
guess.
The state's unopposed motion for relief from the trial order, as well as the state's motion in limine. But I'm going to let each side continue to present whatever evidence would be fine with me. And if he doesn't want to, that's fine with me too.
Okay.
But the one thing that I am going to change, if you need me to, I can put them on maybe Tuesday afternoon, the 9th. I'd rather just not do it. I'd rather know yes or no the day before because there's a significant, number one, I don't want him to feel any pressure. But number two, I got 250 citizens coming in here Wednesday morning and there's
Tuesday
just,
afternoon is fine, Your Honor.
if need be.
I have a hearing at 3:30.
It's fee hearings, you know,
Yeah, so I don't really have to say.
but I'm going to be here.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Henry, listen, I'm going to put you under oath
Can't hear
and
me.
ask you some questions. Okay. It's only going to be as it relates to the state's offer. And it's
Her skirt is so short. Oh, I didn't notice before, but that skirt is too short.
Only is to make sure that you understand the state's offer and you understand the charges that you're facing here. We're not going to talk about anything else. So just listen to my questions and answer the questions, okay? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, you can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school? Do you read and understand the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? All right. How are you feeling this morning? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on? All right. So, Mr. Henry, listen, you got two cases. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, right now, you're charged as follows. Counts 1
Okay, pay attention not to the charges, but the possible time served.
and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital felonies, which means it's a mandatory life sentence. If the jury convicts you of count 1 or count 2 as charged, that's life in Florida State Prison. I have no discretion. Count 3 and count 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felony. The maximum penalty for each of those is 30 years in Florida State Prison. Okay? In your other case, which is case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged as follows. Count 1 is tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. All right? As the maximum penalty. Count 2.
Okay, so I didn't know this until yesterday, but you remember how in 23 they added charges on Melanie for like witness intimidation? They added those charges to Bortland too.
Is directing the activities of a criminal gang. That's a first degree felony punishable by life. So the maximum penalty there is also life in Florida State Prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. And again, as it's charged, that is also a life felony. The maximum penalty is life in Florida State Prison. And lastly, count 7 is unlawful use of a two-way communication device. As that's charged, the second degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So right now, as to all the charges that you're facing, the maximum possible penalties are as follows. It's life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison.
Which might as well be life.
Do you understand the charges and the...
Dude is facing 6 life sentences. You ain't getting out. 1 life sentence, you might get out. 6, you ain't getting out. All right? So he's got the 5 life sentences plus 75 years. He's 25, 75 years of life sentence. All right. Here's the plea.
Maximum possible penalties involved. Okay. So, Mr. Henry, the state is telling me that they're extending an offer to you, and the offer is as follows. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, they're going to null process or drop counts 1 and 2, both first-degree murder charges. Okay. And in exchange for that, as to counts 3 and 4, in that case, the accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree, you're going to plead no contest to both of those. And as to the 4 counts in case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 of those counts. And in exchange for all of that, the state is offering that I would adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to the bottom of your sentencing guidelines, which is 195.45 months, about 16, it's a shade over 16 years and 3 months, 16 years and 3 months. All of those sentences will run concurrently, that is at the same time with each other. I would give you credit for all the time that you have served, understanding that you have a lot less credit time on the 23 case because it's a newer case.
Okay. 6 life sentences versus 16 years with your time served credited to you, which really actually puts you there at like 14 years. If CG, they got him in 23. So whenever the tampering, that's when they finally brought him in. He wasn't in jail on the 19 charges. So he actually has more time on the 23. So whichever one he has less time served, but I think it's the same amount of time served on both. I think it's like 2 years. If he is guilty, he needs to take this plea. If he is guilty, he's going from 6 life sentences to like 15 years. He could come out, how's he, like 25, 26? So was that put in 30, 40? He could have a whole life. He could have a whole life. So that plea deal is incredible. And I didn't hear anything in the plea about him needing to testify against Melly. So that's not part of it. I was, needless to say, surprised that this morning they came back into court and Cortland didn't immediately take the plea, because that would have been me. Like, if I know I'm guilty, I know I'm guilty, right? If I know I'm facing 6 life sentences, I know I'm guilty, and you're going to give me basically 15 years, a decade and a half. I'm taking the decade and a half, period. I don't give a shit. Like, so anyhow, we're back in court this morning. I slept through most of this. I told you I was not feeling well. I'm actually going to go back to bed after we're done here.
Mr. Henry had felt like he was not basically, would he have felt like he was under arrest? The answer is obviously yes.
Okay, so Cortland's not taking the plea at this point. Of course, he has until the jury makes the verdict, so long as the plea is still on the table, to make the, to take a plea. But right now, he's not taking it. And this lawyer is arguing about one of their motions in limine. Apparently, when Cortland was in the hospital, when he dropped his friends off at the hospital, they put him in a hospital room. And they told him he was a victim. They testified yesterday that he was a victim, and they were just looking into a victim. So the question is whether or not he was under arrest and whether or not he had his Miranda rights read yet. And so what they do is they take a little bit of his testimony about that incident. Get there.
Listen, although normally the best practice would be for me to give you all a written order on there, I'm just going to work the bench because of the time constraints that we're under here, and he set the trial. We're going to commence the jury selection next Wednesday. So, regarding the defendant's motion to suppress statements of Portland Henry, number one, I find witness Jordan Cox to be credible.
Okay, so they want to suppress his statements because they were arguing technically he was under arrest, but he hadn't been Mirandized. He wasn't free to leave the room. He, all of those things. Judge didn't give a shit. Okay. They are supposed to be there on, I don't know, what did they say, Tuesday? At like 10 a.m. to start finding the jury. The 11th is like the official start. First few days are going to be jury selection. So it really won't be until, hold on, I'm going to get my calendar open because I'm not feeling good. I'm expecting the official where we can actually hear stuff to start maybe around September 15th. So instead of just, jury selection is so boring because they really can't hear anything. What a week, man. What a week. But we do keep seeing juries make good decisions over and over again. So that makes me happy. At least we have that. And I do have faith in that system, in that I do see juries making what I would consider proper decisions, like particularly with Cardi and like ASAP Rocky, even with Donna Adelson. So the question is, will Wendy be prosecuted? Are they coming for Wendy next? I think they are. I think it's like a dominoes. I told Belen yesterday, I said it was really nice of the state of Florida to allow those children to be raised by their mother until they're adults before they prosecute her. The whole family's going down. They're taking Wendy. Hey, Red Bunny, good to see you. It's been a minute. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Wendy next. I don't know that they can really get her on technically murder like they did Donna, but I definitely think Wendy's part of the conspiracy. What do you think? Do you think Wendy Adelson's gonna be prosecuted next? I do. On Melly, I thought about writing a friend of the court brief, but I have been doing my own work that earns me money and pays my bills. So I might do it if I find time. I don't feel good today, so I ain't doing it today. Ooh, I do not feel good at all. Oh well. Okay, Nene. Nene's with me. Wendy's going down. She knew it was going to. So, okay, here's part of my issue though. Okay. Let's say my own mother and sister, no brother. So my mother and sister are colluding to axe someone that I don't really like. Okay. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Even if they tell me, oh, we're getting rid of that problem. What am I supposed to do? Now, I do think Wendy collaborated. I think she shared Danny's schedule. I think she, was like a part in that sense. Like she knew the timing. She knew she needed an alibi, so on and so forth. But reality is, like, if someone tells you they're going to go do something, like, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Are you really going to call the police? Let me tell you a little story. I have a client who was stolen from to the tune of over $200,000 and a house. When he was stolen from, he was in his 80s. And in the state of Texas, it is a crime to abuse the elderly financially. This is a huge crime that has taken place. And in preparing for trial, I have like really dug the crime. Belin's help, of course. I say I. Belin did most of the work on the digging. I did a preliminary digging. She really got in there, okay? So I call the police. And I'm like, hey, I'm a local attorney. I'm handling this case, and I've dug up this crime. I would like to speak to someone about it. Tell me, y'all, why was the cop a bitch to me on the phone? Why she asked me to repeat myself, so I start getting irritated. I go, okay, did it as I told you. And then she goes, stop screaming at me. Okay. I said, ma'am, no one is screaming. My daughter was in the office that day. I said, no one is screaming. If I was screaming, you'd have to move the ear from your phone, the phone from your ear. Okay. Well, Lauren Cadillac is screaming. The whole fucking neighborhood hears it. Birds go flying. It's like a natural disaster type shit. Okay. I am not screaming. I am simply becoming irritated by your stupidity. Now, I didn't say that, but I'm like, I'm not screaming. I was so disgusted and turned off by this experience. Who the fuck would ever call the fucking police? How are you going to give me a goddamn attitude when I'm trying to report a crime to you? I'm trying to hand you like the cleanest prosecution you've ever had because I've done all the work for you and you're being a cunt. Okay. That's why people don't be calling the cops. So what was Wendy supposed to do? Call some cunty cop and be hung up on? And if she had done that, would that like prevent her from being prosecuted? Like, yo, I tried calling your bitch asses, but y'all were bitches. So I hung up. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Seriously, though, we can't make adults responsible for the actions of other adults. Unless she was given a biff where he'd be in Lynn. They don't have that, because if they had that, we would have seen that at the last two trials. So I don't know how they get Wendy. I don't know what they do. I kind of, in a sense, as a citizen, don't want them to get Wendy because I don't want to be held responsible for other people. You know how often people say, oh, I could kill him, or oh, I could kill you, or whatever. Like, that's like a daily saying out of many humans' lives. Like, we're supposed to just call the police and then be hung up on by rude bitches. I don't think so. I don't know. So I don't know if Wendy's going to go down. Red Bunny, a friend of a court brief, is an amicus brief. It's basically like they're a brief written by a third party that isn't a party to the suit, but has some kind of interest in the outcome of the suit. in this case, I have an interest in the Constitution being upheld, as do you. And so I can write an amicus brief to the court explaining why it's unconstitutional to hold this kid forever and that he should at least be out on bond while he awaits his next trial. But amicus briefs are really long, and I have to like study Florida law, and then I gotta go get con law. I gotta do all this research, and I'm not getting paid for it. So it's a little tough for me, a little tough. Okay, Nene, you think Wendy had more in hand? She may have, but the issue is proving it, and I don't think they have the evidence to prove. I think we've seen all the evidence. And so I don't know. I mean, it points to her. But again, like, think about this. When your kids grow up, your kids 18, 19, 20, and if they cause like a car accident or something, and then the cops come and they're like, you need to pay for the car accident, mom. Why? That's a whole adult over there. Like, I'm not in charge of that anymore. I don't know. I think it's a slippery slope with Wendy. I think she participated. I know she benefited, at least for the first few years. And it's weird to me that she changed their last names. That shit is really weird. So your dad died, and then your ex died, and it's the kid's dad, and you like change the last names? My daughter and I don't have the same last name. If her dad died, I wouldn't change her last name. Like, that's fucking weird. That was still her father. I might not like him a lot, but that's still her father. Like, I don't know, that whole Adelson family is trash. It's a good lesson though. Like, just because you're wealthy and you drive a Ferrari or you own 2 homes in Florida does not mean you're not trash. Trash is about character. Judging you on your character, Adelson family, you are trash. See how that works? What's up, Jiggy? Oh man, the whole crew is here today. You guys, I wish I felt better because then I could dance a little. I don't feel good. So sorry that I don't feel well. It's so good to see Anthony J. Red Bunny. I haven't seen you forever. Nene. Tavana isn't here. It's too bad. Where does this question? Optic. I hope you heard my stuff about Melly and what I can do. My problem right now is that I have a lot of my, work that I need to do that generates income. And that obviously is much higher priority than like work that doesn't. And even work for my clients that doesn't generate income is a far higher priority than, work for some guy in Florida I've never met and whose music I don't care for. But I am disgusted. On the other hand, I'm disgusted. I think my son's going to start law school in August of 26. Maybe I'll be like reinvigorated. Maybe he and I can work on shit like that together. I don't know. I just feel very tired because I'm a single mom and I'm just working all the time. I'm really glad, Red Bunny, you bring up the Young Thug calls. So my friend Champion messaged me about this yesterday. Let me see what he said. Let's see what Champion said. I was in the pool, so only half paid attention, which is mean, but he knows me, so we're cool. Okay. He said, jail calls are not accessible under FOIA. I thought jail calls were under FOIA. Are jail calls in Atlanta? No, what is it called? Fulton County. Public record. Wow, it's like the third question been asked. The answer? Yes, jail calls in Fulton County are not automatically public record. But you can request them through the Georgia Open Records request. So it is open records. It is public, and there's nothing you can do. Thank you, Jiggy. You're so sweet. I thought Glorilla handled yesterday really well. It was Beyonce's day, and she said, look, it's not about me today. It's about Bey. So, but honestly, like, who gives a fuck what Young Thug was saying while he's sitting in jail? You know how fucking bored he was? Anytime a human interacted with him, I'm sure he was just like so excited to have human interaction, like jail sucks. But yeah, it is public record in Georgia. So I'm just kind of mad I didn't think of it and play them on my YouTube. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. I'm not trashy like the Adelson family. So yeah, I haven't listened to any of the calls, Red Bunny. I don't really have an opinion, but they are public information. So, keep that in mind if you're ever in jail and you're on a call. Like that shit can get a... You guys got to remember, if you write it or it's recorded, then it can go in front of a judge. This is one of the first things you learn in law school. Because if you write it or it's recorded, it can go in front of a judge. So don't write and record shit you wouldn't want a judge to hear. Really boils down to that. Think about who is your audience. Exactly, Nene. It tells you it's recorded. And I think it's common knowledge that there's some cops who listen to jail calls all day as like part of their job or something. Like that doesn't, I don't know. So it's recorded or written. So it can go in front of the public and a judge. Be careful. Think about those things as you're writing and recording. All right? All right, guys. I'm sorry I don't feel well. If I did, I would totally stay with you later. But I don't, so I want to go crawl back into my cama and just cuddle with my dog. Maybe he'll make me feel better. Probably not. He's part of the problem. When I woke up this morning to feed him, that's when I started feeling, I was like, this dog woke me up into illness. So I'm going to blame my dog. This is all Timmy's fault, y'all. Have y'all ever seen Timmy? Hold on, let me see if I can. Let me see. Let me show you who this villain is. Okay, look who made me sick. Look at that. Can you believe? Disgusting rat. I like to cuddle with him too. I like talking shit about him and calling him disgusting and a rat, but we all know I love him. We all know he's my favorite child. I like to tell him that in front of my kids. Oh, Timmy, you're my favorite child. See, I'll mess with my kids. Okay, I'll make some jokes and shit. But what I won't do is spend my retirement defending myself because we've hired someone to kill their ex. Ain't happening. Absolutely not. You know where I'm gonna be in my retirement? Not in a courtroom. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That Donald Adelson, that bitch is cray. And she just like clearly she believed that she was gonna get away with it. That's crazy. Nay, I don't be going to the beach. The beach is too dirty. I want to be in the mountains. There could be a lake beach. That'd be fine. I'll go there. But I don't like the beach. It's dirty. Every time I go to the beach, I have to like, there's just beach with me everywhere I go forever. I can't stand that shit. So, also the ocean scares me. A lake I don't mind because we know what's in the lake. Okay, we can see what's in the lake. The ocean, we don't know what the fuck's in the ocean. I'll be seeing YouTube videos with stuff coming out of the ocean like, what the fuck? Oh, I just learned those anglerfish, the ones with the light, the men glue and grow into the women and become like an attached sperm bank. I'm not trying to go in that ocean. No. It's cool. That's a cool little function of your little animal kingdom over there, but I'm not part of that one. I'm a mammal. I'm going to stay right here. Thank you. Okay, guys. I should see you next Friday. I don't see why not. I mean, I came even when I was sick. True love. I hope you know. True love. Thank you for being with me today, and I will see you next week. Oh, also, if you think of any good coffee additives, like if you're adding vitamins and it doesn't taste shitty or ruin your coffee, let me know. Put it in the comments. Tell me which ones I should get. Because I'm now on the coffee. I put a little cocoa, I put a little sugar, got the coffee, and then some milk. But at the time I put the cocoa and sugar, I could easily throw some vitamins in there. So help me. And don't forget, my birthday's coming up. It's on the 21st, so don't forget. Best day of the year is headed our way. Bye, everyone. Thank you.